Have you ever seen vegetable soup and wondered why it's not vegetables soup? Or heard someone say a 5-year-old boy, but not 5 years old? Today we are unlocking a super useful English trick using nouns as adjectives. Greeting to all you lover of learning English in English to Soot in your own channel. I'm Pooya Feiz Aghaei and I'm so happy I can join you for another session to teach you this valuable language. In our previous lessons, we learned about quantifiers and took a deep dive into countable and uncountable nouns. In upcoming sessions, I'll give you some quizzes to see how well you learn this material, so stay sharp. Now let's get into today's lesson. Today we are learning about something very cool and very common in English, using nouns as adjectives. An adjective is a word that describes a noun, like a beautiful picture or a big house. But sometimes in English we use a noun to describe another noun. When we do this, the first noun acts like an adjective. Let's look at the two main rules for this. Rule number 1, a noun as an adjective is always singular. When we use one noun to describe another noun, it comes first, and it always singular. It doesn't change even if the meaning is plural. Let's look at some examples. Vegetable soup. The word vegetable is a noun. Here it is describing the type of soup. We are talking about a soup made with many vegetables, but the noun adjectives stays singular. So the correct is we say I am making vegetable soup, not I am making vegetables soup. Another example is office building. The word office is a noun. Here it is describing the type of building. It's a building with many offices inside, but the noun adjectives is singular. So when we say he works in that office's building is incorrect. The correct one is he works in that office building. Okay, so when you use a noun to describe another noun, the first noun acts like an adjective and always stay in its singular form. Think of it as a label or a category. For more example, instead of saying a ticket for a concert, we say a concert ticket, not a concert's ticket. Instead of saying a race for cars, we say a car race, not a car's race. Instead of saying a story about love, we say a love story, not a love's story. Instead of saying shoes for playing tennis, we say tennis shoes, not tennis's shoes. Rule number 2, using hyphens with numbers. When we create an adjective phrase that includes a number, we often connect the words with a hyphen. This is very common when we talk about age, time, or length. Just like in rule 1, the noun inside the hyphenated phrase is always singular. Let's see it in action. The first example is 2-hour test. Here, 2-hour is an adjective describing the noun test. It tells us the duration of the test. Notice that hour is singular. We connect to an hour with a hyphen. So instead of saying it was a 2 hours test, we say it was a 2-hour test. The next example is a 5-year-old son. Here, 5-year-old is an adjective describing the noun son. It tells us his age. Notice that year is singular. We connect all three words with hyphens. So instead of saying I have a 5-year-old son, we say I have a 5-year-old son. Important pronunciation note. When we say these hyphenated phrases, we usually put the stress on the first word. For example, when we say 2-hour test, the stress must be in 2. And for 5-year-old son, we say 5-year-old son. Okay, let's examine more examples. A break that is 10 minutes long is a 10-minute break. A story that is 3 pages long is a 3-page story. A hotel with 5 stars is a 5-star hotel. A bill that is $20 is a $20 bill. Now it's time to practice. This is where many students make mistakes. So let's pay close attention. I'll give you a sentence with a mistake or maybe not. Your job is to find it and fix it. Practice sentences. Number 1 is I read a 3 pages story before bed. Number 2, my brother is 20 years old student. Number 3, do you want to buy a cars magazine? Number 4, we had a 2 weeks holiday in the summer. Number 5, she works in the complaints department. Is this sentence correct or incorrect? Pause the video here to think about your answers. Okay, now the answers. Number 1 is incorrect. The noun in a hyphenated adjective is always singular. The correct one is I read a 3-page story before bed. Number 2 is incorrect. Same rule. Year must be singular. The correct one is my brother is 20-year-old student. Number 3 is incorrect. The noun adjective car must be singular. Correct one is do you want to buy a car magazine? Number 4 is incorrect. Week must be singular in this adjective phrase. So the correct answer is we had a 2-week holiday in the summer. Number 5 is correct. This was a trick question. The word complaints here is an accepted noun adjective. Some nouns that are often plural are used this way, like sports in a sports car and savings in savings account. But these are exceptions. For now, just remember the main rule. Always use the singular. Okay, let's have a quick summary. Nouns can act like adjectives when they come before another noun to describe it. The noun adjectives is always singular. For example, it is vegetable soup, not vegetables soup. When using a number in an adjective phrase, connect the words with a hyphen and also again keep the noun singular. For example, it's a 5-year-old child, not a 5 years old child. This simple rule will make your English sounds much more natural. Okay, well done for making it this far. I promise that if you keep following these lessons with me, you won't need any other course and you will master this language before you know it. Stay with English to Soot, which means English in 3 vessels. If you have any questions, just ask me in comments. Please give me a thumbs up and share this with your friends. And if you like, you can treat me to another coffee. I really love coffee. Your support helps me keep making these lessons for you. The link is in the description. buymeacoffee.com/English to Soot. Goodbye for now and have a very nice day.